Hi guys, it's Xera with the Takumi Grand Hero Battle. This is not really a guide in the way that sometimes I've tried to make previous ones guides, or at least reproducible with other units, but I found this one to be super frustrating, which maybe I'll talk about later, but early on here, Camilla gets a speed buff and an attack buff from Jenny. Like, my Jenny wasn't built before this, and then I was like, ugh, she needs a C slot because Camilla won't kill the axe cavalier, or the bow cavalier, without an attack buff. And so, Jenny just thankfully had enough SP to do something with that. But that was the first thing where, I actually had to think, there was a problem and I wasn't sure how to get around it. This map has had so many more moments where I actually had to, think, I guess, that, positioning or, just moving differently, you couldn't necessarily fix a problem, and that was really strange. The other problem I had with this team, which probably made it a little bit harder than it, I don't know, partly this is due to my unit pool, but Donald and Camilla are both quite slow, and so they don't double any of the healers, which means that they can't run around them, and so that just also is really frustrating because the healers are by far the most frustrating part of this map. In my opinion, I didn't find the double Scotty debuff on turn 3 to be frustrating because I think it rewarded you for, it just rewarded certain approaches to the map. It encouraged you to move to the sides and only get the -10 instead of the -20. I think it also, if I kept having problems, I probably would have changed Imbue for Heavenly Light. I think if you're having issues, that might be something that could be helpful. You definitely have to run a healer on this map, unless you're doing, some of the soloers are doing 3 Dancers Desperation kind of stuff, but unless you're doing that, if you're not doing the gimmick clear, you probably need a healer, because the amount of, out-of-combat damage from Poison Strike and Savage Blow is just really frustrating, which is the problem that I had with this map, that the chip damage is just not something I find fun to play against, and I didn't find it really fun to play around. So, yeah. The Falchion and the renewal healing timings just couldn't have been better for this map. Really convenient. The other thing that I found really frustrating was the gravity. This map is very cramped, and I don't know. It just is very cramped, and so it means that it's very hard to get around some of the gravity stuff because there are, unless you break the blocks in the middle, you don't want to, you just don't have a lot of room for maneuvering and for movement abilities. This here, she doesn't double the Green Mage unless she has the adjacency buff from Falchion, and so that was why on the previous turn, Jenny just, randomly hit the block, because otherwise I would have not been able to get rid of the block immediately with Camilla and also heal Lucina. So that was another moment where I was like, this isn't working, how can I, I was a moment where I had to actually, think. Because, I feel like a lot of times I kind of just, brute force these maps, and I found it very frustrating that I didn't like the way this map was designed, but also very rewarding in that it's been very challenging. I think once I kind of got over that initial, just anger of really disliking this map, it was kind of fun to try and to clear it. So, yeah, that's what I got to say. Let me know what you guys thought about, maybe the map design, also how you cleared it. I'd love to see. Also, if you have a clear, I'd love to see the clear, because I think this map has just so many ways you can do it, that, I don't know, that's kind of why I'm posting this. I'm not posting this because it's a solo, it's clearly not. I'm not posting it because it's a guide. It's clearly not. I don't expect people to have, 3, plus 29 merges between a core of 3 units and stuff like that. But I guess I'm posting it just because, I like seeing the diversity of strategy people have when approaching these maps, and if like if there's one person who thinks that, I'm sure there are other people who also have that approach and would be interested to see other clears. So if you have other clears, I'd love to see them, and love to hear thoughts about the map and like whatever else you have to say. I turned on animations, that's why this video is so long. I don't know, I kind of just sometimes feel like I should mix it up because sometimes they're quite short. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this was interesting, and let me know what you think.
Our bones give me strength. Here I go. Yes. Let's go.